Over the weekend, Raila Odinga was in Western Kenya region, Kakamega County to be precise. Raila Odinga actually spent the night in Kakamega County. He held a meeting with the Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, who is also the ODM Deputy Party leader, the Bungoma Governor Wycliffe Wangamati, and the Ford Kenya leader Wafula Wamunyinyi, and NC Party Secretary General Godfrey Otsosi, and several other leaders. And later on, Raila Odinga also held another meeting with the MCs from that region. And I think I did a comprehensive video about that visit by Raila Odinga to Kakamega County. I did a comprehensive video about Raila Odinga's trip and the real mission to Kakamega County. So you can check the link to that video below. And yesterday, Raila Odinga held another meeting with Cherangani Member of Parliament Joshua Kutuny and Buzeki. We all remember that Joshua Kutuny is a member of Kieleweke. But of late, Joshua Kutuny has been having issues with Gideon Moi. So I can't really speculate what the two gentlemen discussed. Remember, since Raila Odinga returned back from Dubai, his office has remained closed. So yesterday was the first time Raila Odinga was hosting a political meeting at his office in Capitol Hill. And today, Raila Odinga office has also been very busy. Raila Odinga hosted a delegation from the Maa community.
Well, this was a consultation meeting with the leaders of the Maa community from Kajiado, and we deliberated on development issues in Kajiado. We also deliberated on the issues of peace and unity in our country. We further discussed the war on corruption, which is shifting strongly to counties. As you see, that corruption has been devolved. We agree that this country deserves peace and unity now more than ever. War cries and beating the drums of war will not work. The delegation here is from different political parties. But they have come here for the sake of their county and our country. We, as you can see, these leaders, some of them are members of parliament. We have even the former governor of Kajiado with us here, His Excellency Kedianye, the former chairman of the Kajiado County Council, Mr. Kores is here, Paris Tobiko is here, former speaker of the Nairobi County Assembly, Magelo is also here, Commissioner Limsengi is also here with us, the former senator Olimositet is also here with us. So it is a very powerful delegation from the Kajiado County which has come to see us today. And we are, of course, going through this pandemic of COVID. We are hoping that the curve will level and that in the not too distant future, we are going to be able to open up the country for wider visits and political consultations. They also agree with me that there is need for us, when that time comes, to move with speed and conclude the process of the BBI. I assure them that Reggae will soon be back with us here. Nobody can stop Reggae.
And in my view, that meeting is significant politically speaking. Because one of the people who attended that meeting and defected to his side is the Kajiado East Member of Parliament, Paris Tobiko. Paris Tobiko is a Jubilee Member of Parliament. Remember, in the entire Maasai land, I think ODM party has how many members of Parliament? I think two. The Kajiado Central and the one in Narok. I think there are two members of Parliament. Now, the Paris Tobiko, who is the first woman to be ever elected in Maasai land as a member of Parliament, defected and joined Raila Odinga. Also present at that meeting was Ole Magelo. Ole Magelo was the speaker to the County Assembly of Nairobi, when Evans Kidero was the governor. So that meeting is significant politically speaking. And Raila Odinga is expected to be in Taita Taveta for 2 days. He will be hosted by Granton Samboja, who is the Taita Taveta member of parliament. Remember, Granton Samboja is actually an elected governor on a Wiper ticket. So he's going to host Raila Odinga, and Raila Odinga will be there for 2 good days. So from all indications, Raila Odinga is laying an elaborate campaign structure, either for 2022 politics or for the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns. And over the weekend, Raila Odinga will be expected again in Western Kenya for a series of meetings. So imeanza. As Raila Odinga begins the journey either to popularize the Building Bridges Initiative or his 2022 presidential bid. Because remember yesterday, I opined on this platform that the figures are actually favoring Raila Odinga. And because of that, the deputy president has also realized that. And the deputy president is also doing everything possible within his powers to ensure that he penetrates former Raila Odinga's stronghold. And he must also ensure that for him to succeed, he must compensate for any vote which is going to lose from Central Kenya region. Because the mere fact that Uhuru Kenyatta is not going to support the deputy president, it means there's a certain percentage of voters from that region who are not going to go with him. They are going to stick with President Uhuru Kenyatta. So Raila Odinga, as much as he's going to the ground, he will be confronted with several issues. The first issue which Raila Odinga is going to be confronted with, especially in his stronghold, is the handshake politics and the benefits. Raila Odinga will be asked several questions. How has this handshake benefited the people? In Nyanza, he will have to explain to the people how the handshake has transformed their lives. Because normally politics is supposed to help solve problems. So if it's roads, Raila Odinga will have to explain. And this is why I strongly believe that Uhuru Kenyatta's government, for President Uhuru Kenyatta's legacy to succeed, he must invest heavily in communications. So that if there are certain things which they have done under the handshake, then they must come out very clearly. Raila Odinga will go to Taita Taveta. This is one of the counties which voted for him, has always stood with him. They're likely to ask him how they've benefited from this handshake, whether it's appointment, whether it's development project. Raila Odinga will have to be confronted with that. If he goes to Western Kenya, Raila Odinga will have to be confronted with the question how the handshake has helped those people. So the handshake, so many people believe that the handshake was good and others believe it was bad. So it will take Raila Odinga to explain to his voters, because they are divided, to explain to them how this handshake has helped the country, has helped them individually, and has helped them as ODM supporters. So we'll have to give that explanation. The second thing which Raila Odinga is going to confront on the ground, this one assuming is going to go with the Building Bridges Initiative in mind. Because let's give credit where it's due. Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta have always maintained that 2022 politics is not now. And Raila Odinga is on record as saying severally that he will only discuss the 2022 politics after the Building Bridges Initiative. So one of the things they are going to confront on the ground during these meetings is the resistance to Building Bridges Initiative. There's serious resistance to the Building Bridges Initiative. People feel that the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns is not necessary. It's not a priority. And people are feeling that it's not a priority because there's this COVID issue, which has really made people lose jobs. Unemployment is all-time high, I think, now. Basically, Kenyans are suffering. While Kenyans are suffering, billions of shillings which were donated to this country to help fight this COVID thing landed into the hands of a few Kenyans. So Raila Odinga will have to explain to Kenyans why the Building Bridges Initiative campaign is important to them. What is it that it's going to address? And how is it going to help the ordinary Kenyan? Because without explaining that, the narrative that these guys are just interested, because a narrative has been created, and I give credit to Team Tangatanga. They've successfully made most Kenyans believe that the Building Bridges Initiative is about creating jobs for a few individuals. That is the Prime Minister, two deputy prime ministers, president, two deputy president. So they'll have to explain to people how the Building Bridges initiative is going to change their lives. So that's one issue which Raila Odinga will have to deal with. Number 3, the third issue is what I call the William Ruto effect. Let's give credit where it's due. The deputy president has been campaigning in this country since the last general election. In fact, from 2013. He's been campaigning for his presidential bid. And the deputy president has been very strategic. In fact, if you follow the politics of the deputy president from the time they were going into election, when Jubilee was going into election, this guy, attention and focus were on 2022 general election. So he ensured that those who were going to stand on his way were kicked out. He manipulated, according to Jubilee supporters, especially those in central Kenya, he ensured that his people were the ones who got the nominations. So after the elections, the deputy president then embarked immediately on campaigns for 2022. And he did it perfectly well, to an extent that he was launching projects in the name of deputy president, not even the government. And the president had to intervene to stop that. But the fact of the matter is, those campaigns were actually benefiting the deputy president. He was winning hearts with them. The deputy president has managed to traverse the entire part of this region. So he won hearts of many Kenyans, especially those in the ODM strongholds. If you go to Coast, there are people who are in ODM now in Tanga. But those who are remaining, Raila Odinga is going to meet them, for example. What is he going to tell them? How is he going to explain to them that for him is going to do things differently? Remember, Raila Odinga has not been in government. That's the reality. This government belongs to Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto. But Raila Odinga is now carrying the burden of that government. The deputy president is now free outside there, meeting people, organizing rambles, attending weddings, and every other thing. So the NASA leader, or the ODM party leader, will have to go and deal with the William Ruto effect on the ground. If he goes to Western Kenya, how will he convince those people to remain in ODM and not to go to the deputy president's side? So those are some of the issues which Raila Odinga will have to deal with. In Nyanza here, you've seen several youths trying to align themselves to the deputy president, William Ruto. Now, if Nyanza is Raila Odinga's stronghold, what about places like Coast? The other time, the deputy president was in at the river, and you saw the kind of crowd. Of course, most of the time, those crowds are mobilized, but you saw the kind of crowd which the deputy president attracted. So how is Raila Odinga going to deal with the William Ruto's effect? Because the fact of the matter is, the deputy president has also managed to attract so many leaders to his side because of his deep pockets. Number 4 is the performance of the governors. And this is one of the biggest problems Raila Odinga will have to confront. ODM governors, for example, you take Kilgu Nyanza and Nyanza in general, the 6 governors, all of them, very few of them have performed. Most of them have not performed. You even go to coastal region. Of course, people like Amason Kingi has performed, but you go to Mombasa, there are people complaining that Joho is not really performing the way people thought. You go to even that Taita Taveta, there are complaints. So basically, in the entire country, there are complaints over the governors. But most of these governors are the ones who are supporting the Handshake. They're the ones who are supporting the Building Bridges initiative. If Raila Odinga will start taking the campaigns to central Kenya, then you will realize that most of those governors have not performed. Take, for example, the Tharaka Nithi governor. That corruption allegation is serious on him. So it's going to dent his image. So if Raila Odinga will have to go to Tharaka Nithi, and the governors is going to organize those trips, so it means those issues are going to be asked. He's going to Taita Taveta. The governor there, if there are issues with the ground, then it means Raila Odinga will have to deal with the performance of those governors. In fact, Raila Odinga was perceived to be the father of devolution. Nyanza itself is a failure when it comes to devolution. Western Kenya, places like Busia, failure when it comes to devolution. So those are issues which are going to come up during those meetings. And lastly, the expectations of the people of the Mount Kenya region. Central Kenya is a fertile ground for Raila Odinga. Central Kenya voted for Jubilee 2 times. In fact, for the 4 times Raila Odinga has contested for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya, Central Kenya has never voted for him. So that alone is an advantage to Raila Odinga. These guys have never voted for him. Despite that, Raila Odinga has always claimed that his victory has always been stolen. This time around, Central Kenya has the potential of voting for him. Even if not voting for him, they have the potential of increasing those votes. In the last election, Raila Odinga votes in Central Kenya, I don't think whether it even hit 10%. In fact, it could even be less than 6%. The entire votes he got from Central Kenya. So Raila Odinga is hoping to get even 25% from Central Kenya. That will be enough for him. But how will he deal with the expectations of the people of the Mount Kenya region? Mount Kenya will tell him in a meeting that, Baba, tunangoja, we are waiting for you. We want to support you. But what do you have for us in store? So will Raila Odinga offer them the running mate? Will he offer them the prime minister? Those are issues which Raila Odinga is going to deal with on the ground. I don't know what you think. If there's any other issue which you think Raila Odinga will have to deal with on the ground, because the truth of the matter is Raila Odinga is starting to hit the ground running. Whether it's for the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns, whether it's for 2022 campaigns, still not very clear. But the truth of the matter is that Raila Odinga is hitting the ground running. So is there any other issue which you think Raila Odinga is going to confront on the ground? Let me know in the comment section. And for those who are watching this video for the first time, please, I want to ask you guys, those who are watching this video for the first time, I want to ask you to just take a second, only a second or two, and click the subscribe button there, so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. This channel is growing. We are at 78. Hopefully at the end of the week, we'll be at 79. So the 100 mark, 100,000 mark we projected, we might even hit it earlier. So I want to continue asking you or pleading with you to continue sharing these videos, continue dropping your comments, continue engaging. In fact, I am normally pleased and very happy whenever I post a video and I see 3 people commenting the first, just immediately. It normally gives me pleasure, because without that support, this channel cannot. Those comments, those thumbs up, those shares actually contribute to the growth of the channel, because YouTube, there's a way they have set it up so that when you comment, they know that this video is engaging, so they send it to so many people. So that's the only way you guys can continue supporting this channel. Thank you guys. And if there's anything you want me to discuss or to analyze tomorrow, let me know also in the comment section. Thank you guys, and please, may you enjoy your day. Bye-bye.